So now I give you some of the cases. It look really very simple. For example, the case of this young man. He's 37 years old. He's married. His wife is pregnant of her second child. He has a normal kind of family life. He's a good father, and he's an introverted person. He doesn't like to speak too much, and but when you really get to talk to him, then he starts to talk a lot. And so he told a story, for example, of him being a person that was playing game on the internet to make money because he's super smart. That kind of game, I don't know the name now, but you can play and then you gain the bet and then you make a lot of money. He used to do that, and then he married. He stopped. He's married 6 years. Now, why he come to Yoga Health Educator? Because he suffer from stress. From the scale from 0 to 10, he said he suffer from 7 level stress, which is quite a bit. And then the Yoga Health Educator has to check if it's really the person is exaggerating or it is correct that he suffer from stress. But looking at his lifestyle, he can only sleep 4 hours a day. Yeah, he has very big problem, neck and upper shoulder tension. He, he's not vegetarian. He eats 3 meals a day, 70% carbohydrates, 30% meat. He drinks. He doesn't drink alcohol, but he didn't have really obvious bad habit. Yeah, he eats out a lot, food in the restaurant he eat. Yeah, and he doesn't cook. And as exercise, he's only do 20 times push-up a day. Yeah, and he doesn't take your vacation. He doesn't practice yoga. He doesn't practice meditation. No vacation for 3 years. Absolutely no meditation. Dislike kind of spirituality. His father smoked and died from lung cancer. His mother's health is not good. He moved out from family when he was 30, got married. So you can see this is a case of a lot of people, that are stressed, that has a normal kind of life, married, having a job. He's doing now some kind of managing job in an office, and relatively good job, and yet he never feel that he make enough money, and he work a lot. Yeah. So then the yoga health educator look at his case and ask him question, went through the intake questions and try to have an assessment of his situation according to the theory of the 5 koshas. So then would say, okay, this man, it seems that he's a pitta kapha person, and he's quite somehow tamasic, yeah, and he's something about his prana. He seems to be stuck in many ways. He has energy, but at the same time he doesn't have energy. Yeah, some imbalance energy there. And then regarding his mind, he obviously lack of some form of, emotional intelligence. He has difficulty to talk to people, but and he's not happy. But if you look at his family life, he's a very caring father. He spent hours, bringing the kids to swimming pool. But the question is, his main emotion is stress. He's very stressed. Why this man will be so stressed? Yeah, he has a job. He has a good family. His wife is good and nice. And why he's so worried? And his intelligence. So this is a fourth sheath, fourth kosha. His intelligence. Yeah, he's intelligent. He's not too big of an ego person. Yeah, he's a kind of a humble person. And he's not like traumatized or obsessed by some kind of past trauma. And he's intelligent, but maybe he doesn't have discrimination. That means a high faculty of intelligence that is able to distinguish what is important, what is not, what is truth and what is not, what is self is what is not. He doesn't have that high discrimination. He definitely doesn't have kind of detachment approach to life. He doesn't connect with his soul and his self. So that's a very quick 5-level assessment. So then the yoga health educator gave him some kind of plan of care, discuss with him, talk about that, and then give him a plan of care, according to the 5 points of yoga, the 5 yogic points of healthy living and peaceful living of Swami Vishnudevanji in the Sivananda organization, which is the asana done in a certain way with awareness, with breathing, with relaxation, with concentration, and moderate, not pushing too much, and very balanced. So obviously this man needs this because he's stuck. He doesn't move, he doesn't do exercise, his energy is stuck. So then the yoga health educator can explain to him how yoga exercise or yoga class is different than, this 20 push-up that he does, and what kind of impact, how it will help him for his stress. Because the yoga, as asanas move the prana. And then, the breathing, he can be prescribed. Because the suspicion is, if he's so smart guy, and he's now kind of stuck and a little bit tamasic and in difficulty to talk to people, to engage in communication, conversation. So we have suspicion that his balance, ha and ta energy, left brain and right brain is not so well. He might be a left brain dominant person or something in that nature. So pranayama, anuloma, viloma, regular practice, 15 minutes a day or twice a day, regularly for a few months, will be very, very, very helpful for this man. It will bring back some level of personality balance, and when the personality is balanced, then maybe he would not be so stressed. And then it will give back some kind of peace and some kind of, happiness, if you like, or peace at least in this person. And then you have the proper relaxation. Definitely this man doesn't know how to relax. And, in his case, you don't need to go to any kind of deep theory of relaxation. You just have to do asanas and relax regularly in between the pose and at the end of the pose, at the end of the session, 10-15 minutes a day, if he can go into that relaxation, because relaxation also means detachment toward his condition and how it would give him back the energy yeah, that is necessary for him not to be so stuck and not be able to sleep when his life situation invades his natural uh, state of health, which is a person is able to sleep when the person is able to sleep, normal hours. So he's not able to sleep normal hours, 4 hours, and he's all the time kind of stressed. So relaxation is crucial. So they need to teach him yoga, relaxation, breathing, and also proper diet. Imagine he eat out most of the time. He never cook for himself. He's not vegetarian. He overeat. He a little bit chubby. It make him a little bit tamasic, more stuckness, and there is no lightness in his food. So we want him to be more light in his being, flowing, relaxed, happy, yeah, and whatever that he carry as a burden, yeah, which we don't know quite yet, but if he alleviate himself and he unburden himself, then he might be able to understand better his condition, yeah, because he's a young man. He's 37 years old. So there's a lot to his life. So now, the positive thinking and meditation, we have to pinpoint, what kind of negative emotion that he has. So we know it's stress, yeah. So we know the the remedial is relaxation. But stress can be many different kinds, yeah. All kinds of negative emotion can be called stress, can create stress, yeah. And stress can come also from, of course, from existential anxiety, because he never really asked himself questions about life and death and who am I, where I'm going. So there's a lot of spiritual ignorance and darkness there that can create this heaviness in life. And then also he worry, he has stress, he worry. But also, worry, there's also many reasons for worry. Worry comes from fear. So we can reassure him, everything will be fine, your life is good, but not enough. So these techniques that he can do, they will help to move the energy, make him more positive, yeah. And then meditation. So can this man, that never had any kind of practice of yoga and meditation before, jump right into meditation that will give him this perspective about his life and the calmness in his mind? It will be difficult, so that's why there must be a plan of care. I mean, slowly introduce him to asanas program regularly, to breathing, to relaxation, to proper diet, to positive thinking, and then some regular 5-10 minutes techniques of meditation. There's many different types of meditation, that he can do, how to calm his mind. So that's a whole chunk of work for the yoga health educator. It can be many meetings, it can be long term, and then after that, there's a 4 path, because Sivananda's system teach 5 points in 4 path, which is the 4, if you can say, 4 main attitudes that the person can develop in order for them to get themselves straight to the understanding of the true self, okay? That will bring about automatically peace and happiness. So then you have the Karma Yoga. So is this man doing Karma Yoga? No, he never done Karma Yoga. He just very attached to his family. He only take care of his family, but he never think that he make enough money to take care of his family. So he's stressed out about finding a different job, or improving his job, or have promotion in his job. He's so obsessed about this idea that he has to take care of his family, that he cannot even sleep or live a normal life. So Karma yoga attitude would be great for him to be detached from his family condition and to do charity in terms of time or helping other people that is worse than his family or worse than himself. That will help him to have a different perspective about life. And then, so that I think is one of the important strategy with him that will help the overall idea and psychology in stuckness. And then the bhakti yoga, which is the connection with the divine, which is completely lacking with him. He has no faith. You see, most people when they have anxiety and worry, they have no faith. And faith is that which brings back immediately the calmness to the mind that is over worried. Yeah. But faith will not happen all of a sudden. People don't have faith. They have faith in, hardly they have faith in themselves. Yeah. But they think that if they control everything, if they do everything as they thought, then they would be able to take care of this life. Because they have no clue. There is a supreme intelligence, there's something that is beyond themselves that make their life happen the way this is, and they have a lesson to learn, from this life situation. So they have no connection to the divine, no connection to the divine will, no connection to something bigger than their own control, and so they need to be educated into this. There's a lot of approach, lots of way how you can educate a person into, into a higher perspective of themselves and regain their faith. So this is already, you can see, it's a lot of work for the yoga health educator, and always the yoga health educator bring back this whole idea of holistic health, of linking body, mind, spirit. Yeah, the neck pain that you have, the sleepiness that you have, might also, come from your existential anxiety, your lack of connection to the divine, for example. So then we gave advice to a person to be more, to practice gratefulness. Yeah, this is a first step to do. Yeah, when a person is so close off, to be thankful every day. The person has to do self-affirmation. I'm grateful for my life. I'm grateful for my health. I'm grateful for my family. I'm grateful to have a job. I'm grateful to have a body. I'm grateful for my condition. Then the person would be less discontented, and more contented, and also open their heart. Be thankful for everything. Okay. So then the last important thing is you need to educate this person that doing more work, he's obsessed about work, making more money for his family, and it's never enough, and he's stressed out. So we have to educate him that doing more work would not make his life better. Yeah, and this is the teaching of yoga. Yeah, that no amount of work can make life perfect. That's yoga philosophy. No amount of work can make life better. No amount of work will be sufficient. Okay? So you have to do your duty, you have to understand your issue, and then you have to have a different approach toward work, which is karma yoga. Yeah? And you have to be detached from the result of your work, and you have to be detached from your life condition. You have to remember the self that is already perfect. You have to remember the perfection that is already there. And then by remembering that, then you will be okay. And, you would work, but, you do your duty. You keep your mind focused. You be creative, productive. But you are not going to be worried and stressful. And if you can talk to him and point out his main emotion, and this is very important, if you can point out his emotion, that actually he's feeling guilty. You see? And where that guilt comes from? Yeah, it could be from his his family condition. Yeah, his his father that died from lung cancer and not be able to take care of his family when he was young, and now he wanted to take care of his family, and you know and there's something there, which we're not quite sure. We have to discuss with the person. But the main feeling of this gentleman, we figured out, is guilt. He feels guilty that he cannot take care of his family enough. And guilt is a very low kind of emotion. It makes the person paralyzed and stuck. Yeah. So this man not only worry but also feel guilty. So he cannot be happy. He cannot live his life. Nothing is ever enough, and that's why he's stressed. Cannot sleep. And this holistic view, like I just explained to you, how everything is connected to each other, and how the yoga health educator has to dig in and present to him this whole thing, yeah, discuss with him so he can see it within himself, and then he'll be empowered himself, yeah, to change his attitude, yeah, and you can see attitude in work, attitude about himself, and then bring about a higher quality of life, peace, health, and happiness that he's looking for.